lights glaring, that absolute deafening roar of the crowd. You can literally feel the electric tension vibrating right through the air here at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Welcome to The Explainer, folks. We're looking at a night where history wasn't just made, it was completely rewritten. What we're going to break down today is easily one of the most dominant performances in tournament history. I mean, from the very first whistle, Canada stepped onto the pitch looking so hungry, so determined, and just outright unstoppable.
6-0. Just let that sink in for a second, right? 6-0. It's a completely staggering reality. On the world's biggest stage, against a genuinely formidable opponent, Canada just dismantled Qatar. In a tournament where the margins are usually razor thin, where every single goal is an absolute battle, putting up 6, that's the kind of thing that echoes through the history books. It's an unbelievable scoreline, and it demands our full attention. And that really brings us to the sheer weight of what happened. The commentary team hit the nail on the head. Not just a football match, it's a statement to the world. Because it wasn't just about advancing or, securing 3 points in the group stage. No, this was a declaration. Okay, let's dive into this. Because understanding exactly how Canada pulled off this incredible feat reveals a tactical and psychological masterclass that we just have to analyze frame by frame.
Part 1. The Statement Match.
Let's move to and see how this builds across the chronological arc of the match. So, right from the opening kickoff, Canada brought this crazy intensity that instantly put Qatar on the back foot. That pressure, it built straight into a huge breakthrough goal in the first half. By halftime, Canada was in total control. But man, instead of letting up, the tension only escalated in the second half. It forced Qatar into red cards and finally culminated in that historic 6-0 final whistle.
Part 2. First half blitz.
Canada pushed forward with immense confidence right out of the gate. Their forwards were finding these huge pockets of physical space everywhere. And when that blistering pace finally led to the breakthrough, oh man, picture the sheer sensory explosion in that stadium. The crowd absolutely erupted. Imagine the sound of thousands upon thousands of Canadian fans screaming in pure, unadulterated celebration. It wasn't just a cheer, It was this massive release of years of anticipation. It sent a literal shockwave through the entire arena.
But they weren't even close to done yet. What followed was just wave after wave of attacks crashing into the Qatar defense. The momentum was completely 100% one-sided. I mean, before Qatar could even catch their breath, Canada struck again, a second strike right before halftime that left the Qatar squad visibly shocked. They were frustrated and honestly entirely out of answers. By the time that halftime whistle blew, Canada had taken total control of the game.
Part 3. Jonathan David's Masterclass.
Now, if anyone thought Canada was just going to park the bus after the break, they were so badly mistaken. And right at the center of it all, Jonathan David. He delivered a performance that fans are going to be talking about for years. So the crucial point is their second-half execution was simply next level. We're talking incredibly sharp passing, absolutely brilliant off-the-ball movement, and finishing that was just downright ruthless. Every single time they launched one of those dangerous attacks, it was an absolute clinic.
Part 4. Qatar's complete meltdown. And this brilliantly illustrates the contrasting fortunes of these two squads on the pitch. You've got Canada sensing blood, keeping up the pressure, and relentlessly attacking. And then, under that suffocating pressure, Qatar just suffered a complete tactical and emotional collapse. You could literally see the frustration growing exponentially in their body language. It forced some really uncharacteristic decisions. That pressure led directly to reckless challenges, and, well, those challenges led to red cards. It turned an already impossible task into something completely insurmountable.
And as those final goals hit the back of the net, the stadium exploded. I'm not kidding, with every subsequent goal, the decibel level just shattered expectations. You are watching history unfold right before the eyes of football fans all over the globe. And those Canadian fans in the seats, oh, they knew they were witnessing something absolutely legendary. The energy was electric, just a massive, deafening roar of sporting triumph that you could feel vibrating through the actual concrete of the arena.
Part 5. A Nation Celebrates.
So when the final whistle finally, mercifully arrived, that scoreboard cemented an incredible legacy. Let's be clear, this wasn't just a victory on paper. This was a night of pure dominance, a night of shattered records. It was this loud, completely undeniable message broadcast to every single team left in the tournament. Canada is not just here to participate. No way. They've got the tactics, the firepower, and that ruthless edge you absolutely need to compete with the absolute best at the World Cup. And the reaction? Man, it was absolutely euphoric. You had the players celebrating down on the pitch, totally exhausted but completely elated. The fans in the stands were going wild, literal tears of joy and disbelief in their eyes. But it went way beyond the stadium. An entire nation celebrated. From coast to coast, Canadians witnessed a moment that is simply never going to be forgotten. It was a singular, powerful night that honestly has the potential to completely change Canadian football forever.
Which really leaves us with the ultimate question as we wrap up this explainer. Can Canada actually continue this incredible journey and become the ultimate surprise team of the 2026 FIFA World Cup? Well, only time will tell if they can maintain this kind of blistering momentum. But after a 6-0 masterclass like that, one thing is absolutely certain for sure. The whole world is finally paying attention to Canada.